everybody. Back here with the Fly for Life podcast with Legion Fire and Air, and I've got the whole crew sitting here, a big part of the crew anyway, and a very, very active group, and they do a lot of firefighting role play here. And I've got the fire chief here, Eric, and he's going to be kind of the main spokesman, but we do have some other folks who will be answering questions, and those who are not using voice can, of course, answer questions or ask questions in chat, and we'll relay them here. Those of you who are watching on the video feed will be able to see the text chat there in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, but we'll try to address everything that we can here. So, Eric, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
That's good.
Having us.
Yes. Well, thank you for doing this, and I'm going to pan out here after a while when we're done talking and show everybody the display. And everybody that's watching or listening on the stream, I hope you will come over here and take a look at the display. And I did want to thank Kissy. I'm going to pan around here and show Kissy from Firecat Systems. And you see there that 50% of all sales will be donated to Fly for Life. So we do thank Kissy for her sponsorship of this event. She's got some cool stuff there, some add-ons for your firefighting equipment. And she's got a space capsule there, I see, and some other really cool stuff. So please help support Fly for Life and get you something cool from Kissy's vendor there. Okay, Eric and the rest of the team, again, feel free to answer this. Can you tell us a little bit about how your background and how you became involved in firefighting role play and how this group got started, maybe?
Well, we started about 6 years ago. I was became a pilot in Legionnaire that someone else started. Yeah, then we had some fun, and then I met Tracy Beck, also a commissioner here in Legion, and she said, well, why don't we start our own fire department so that we can role play a little bit more than flying? I said, well, okay. So we started a little, we had some fire trucks at my little airport. And then she said, well, why don't we try to get the fire station at Second Norway? Okay, let's try that. And we were able to get it after a while, and that's basically how Legion Fire and Rescue started.
All right.
For 6 years now. Now we have been at several airports, and now we are active at 3 airports: Ginsel, your own airport, at Second Life International Airport, and at the Jaycott Golf Airport.
Okay. So you guys keep really busy with stuff there, and I get your training schedule every week, and you're very active. I know a lot of groups that do this type of role play aren't near as active as yours, and I would say you are the most active firefighting group on the grid. I don't think I'll get any arguments with that, for sure. Anybody else got anything they'd like to add to that question? You know, how'd you get involved? Anybody got any real, and you again, you don't have to share anything about real life if you don't want to, but does anybody have any real firefighting experience here? Because I know, you know, some of the things that you do. Okay, Mick, I know, you know, the things that you do are pretty technical. Okay, yeah, that's a really good point there, Mick. Most of you're active because you enjoy each other's company and you have lots of fun, and that, you know, that's what I like about this group, because you're always having fun. And I mean,
that's why we are here in SL, not for the drama, to have fun.
Yeah, and you take it pretty serious as far as your technical stuff that you do with the fires, but you know, I mean, it's all about having the fun of doing it. Yeah, so yeah, I'll have to agree. Sometimes you are silly. You know, the events that you've done that I've been part of. I've seen a little bit of silliness going on, but yeah, so that's a lot of fun. What you guys do. So we kind of said what inspired you to start the group, and you kind of answered that. That was my next question. And how about and I'm was recruited and trained. I haven't done much with it, but how do you recruit and train new members? Is your group open for people to join, and what happens when they do join?
Yes, we can always use new members. We have some application vendors out at the fire stations. We have also some here, and yeah, we have a little interview with new people. Basically, everyone gets a chance. So if they join, then they will get a group, and we set them up for the equipment, and then we start training on them. Even if they have experience on other fire departments, then they still will have to go through our own training, because we work a little bit different than other fire departments. We are not very strict, but on some parts, especially on the things how we set up trucks and things like that, we work a little bit different. And that
Mm-hmm.
will be instructed by Janina, Kissy, and Lara. Janina is our head instructor, my deputy chief, and she takes care of that. And then they go through all the trucks. When they have the basics, one of the first things they learn is how to use their air tanks, so that they can work safely. And when they have a little basic, then they already participate into the scenarios we do twice a week at least. And then they will stay together with their instructor, and that's also part of the training, and more fun than just waiting around to get trained.
Yeah. So you brought up the air tanks, and that is a pretty cool feature that you actually have to refill the air tanks and everything, or you die,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If you run out of air, you fall unconscious, and then someone has to help you because you can't get up on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Usually I'm
Crystal.
tall.
Yeah, we have usually Crystal gets called because she's our chief of the medical
Yeah.
services.
Yeah. Well,
And she
yeah.
usually fixes us, although we're still alive, so she does good does that.
Well, that happened to me when you were doing that big fire at Gin Sill, and I passed out, and they had to take me to the hospital. So remember that, but that was again all in good fun. But yeah, so you do a training just about every week, don't you? You
Twice a
do
week, Wednesday
some,
and Sunday.
yeah. You do a scenario,
Yep.
so it's a live
Every
action.
other month. Every other Monday, then we do a little bit more internal training.
Yes.
We had meetings every Monday. We skip it to every other week, and the other Monday, then we do some little internal trainings, just to some members want to train on something specific, especially with all the trucks we have. We have some heavily modded fire trucks,
Hmm.
and that's has a lot of equipment in it. So it's if you don't use it very often, then you will forget some things.
Yeah. That's why me. I need to go back through the training course again. I think because I forgot a lot of what I learned. I could probably still drive a truck, but I don't know if I could get it where you actually need it. but
Oh, that's okay. Yanina will make you go forward, backwards, and around corners over and over. She'll get
okay.
you right.
Yeah. So, kind of describe one of your scenarios, one of your training scenarios, like uh, what takes place, what happens.
I think we try to do a lot of different type scenarios. Of course, we are working on airports, so we also do often, of course, airplane crashes, but we always try to make them a little bit of a challenge. So unexpected things going to happen. What we also do more lately is structural fires and car crashes. A couple of weeks ago, Nick had a very nice idea. So some cars drove into a sinkhole.
Oh wow.
Some pipes were broken, a gas line, and some electricity. And there was some water on the floor in the hole. Yeah, first we had to cut off the electricity and the gas to enter safely. Of course, there was fires. Some victims we had to bring up to the ambulance. Yeah, we like them to make them more a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, that's really cool
So
stuff
easy
though.
fires.
Yeah, that really makes it fun doing the different stuff like that. I know we've got several videos of you all from over the years doing your scenarios up on slaviationnetwork.com. Anybody or SL Aviation Network on the YouTube channel, and you can see Legion Fire in action there with some different stuff. That one, I think the first one we did was that offshore when you did the offshore rig. Yeah, the radar station thing. Yeah, that was really cool, and we had a bunch of
That was
really good shots on
one
that
of
one.
that was
Yeah.
one of our biggest events we did.
Yeah, that was a big one, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that. Okay, let's again, anybody pipe in that wants to say anything or whatever. Of course, how you maintain authenticity and realism in your role playing experience. You're not real strict on it, but you do try to have people dress appropriately to fight a fire and use the right equipment and things like that, don't you?
Yeah, it's more about we are strict is a big word, but we like it to keep it to make it as realistic as possible, but within the limitations of SL. Sometimes the limits of SL can also help, of course, but we're not strict. We don't have to fill in reports after every fire. We do a little debrief, and everyone can to say what they run into, of making comments if they see, hey, we can improve this, or what if we do it that this way, then we can try it next time. Basically, we do have our ranks, of course, in Legion, but basically everyone is the same.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. And I know somebody is always in charge, and it might be a different person each time sometimes.
Yep.
I've noticed. But you always have somebody in charge, direct, telling everybody what to do, which is very realistic. And Pacific says that you take turns creating the scenarios, which is good because you get a lot of different ideas involved there. And
it gets hard to make nice scenarios after a while.
Yeah. Well, I noticed there at Gensil you've done some things up on the upper levels, driving up on the road up there and into the. So try to provide some.
It's fun to drive for a little while. Yeah,
it is. I mean, that's pretty realistic, especially if you get out in the wide open spaces like here in the western U.S. You gotta travel a ways to get to a fire sometimes. Do you have smoke jumpers? Do you ever do any parachuting?
We did that 1 or 2 times also.
Okay.
SLIA at Second Life International, they have a big forest on an upper level. That we did it once or twice.
That's
also,
cool.
When I had my own thing, we did a lot of forest fires. They're also fun to do. A big space.
You know Deanna Tai, that she's the security at Gensil and also here, and she is in real life. She's an actual Huey helicopter pilot, and she told me I could share that. So I'm not telling anything about somebody's real life that I'm not supposed to. And she works for a forestry service, and she has to fly over fires a lot of times. And in fact, this week she's working with them. They're training smoke jumpers, so that's really cool. And that's her real life job. Yeah, I'll talk to her because she's into it. I mean,
Some
and
some ideas from her on that.
yeah, yeah. Talk to her about that because that's some cool stuff. Any upcoming events that, without revealing what you're going to do here too much, because we don't want to spoil the event here, but any upcoming events that you might have? Anything beside your weekly training scenarios? You got anything going on?
No, nothing running at the moment except here.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is kind of a special event here for you, and I hope everybody comes. They're going to be providing support for us during the air show here on Sunday, and God forbid if something should happen, we've got them here to to take care of the situation. But I don't think anything bad will happen. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope you don't.
Time to enjoy the show.
Yeah, yeah. Just hope you can sit back and enjoy the show and nothing happens. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen, especially in Second Life, right?
Yeah.
So your events, just the nature of your group. You bring awareness to safety, fire safety, and things like that. And like I said, real firefighters. I mean, they could actually use some of this as training or education, couldn't they?
Yeah, I think they can.
Yeah.
But if we do it correctly, the way it goes real life, but it's still. And I think that's also some fire departments do, and even some other groups not related to fire department. It's also part of little education on for things in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be good. Okay, and again, we do thank you for joining here. Is it anybody else have anything they'd like to share or ask or whatever? The cat had something.
Yeah, I'll say something.
Yes.
When I first started Legion, it wasn't as a firefighter. My sister brought me in, but I am actually a physician in training in RL. And
Wow.
I decided, okay, we'll maybe start a paramedic field in Legion. So Eric got me started, and we started the Legion paramedics. But then I decided, okay, it's boring. I do this real life. Let's try firefighting. And I've been stuck with it ever since. Enjoy it. There is a lot of drama with the fire because you never know when you're going to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Kizzy that's doing a little gift for us, so we don't get too close to the fire. If we do get burned. We have health meters that will drop us, and I got to run like a chicken with my head cut off to pull them out of the fire. But we're trying to make it as realistic as possible. But it's fun. So if you want to come join. I think that it would be great.
Yeah, it's fun, and I noticed that with your medical stuff and the medical emergencies, you really stick to the role playing on that, and it's really cool. You do the just what a real person would do in that situation, and a real life person.
Real life for me, real life kicks in. So if I see somebody burn, then my brain doesn't shut down and think, okay, this is just role play. I actually step in again. Okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, and follow that. So it gets a little real back onto me, but then I have to let it go because this is Second Life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's understandable though. I mean, but it really does add a lot of fun to the role play in here for us lay people that don't really know a lot about medical things other than what our doctors tell us or don't tell us. But
it's also important for people if we can find some people who play victim. Often it's just a boring job. They just have to wait till we get them out, and it's much more fun for them if they also get a real role play. So getting medical treatment pulled out by the firefighters first and things like that.
Well, for me, if I don't mind playing a victim, because if I'm filming your event, I can just lay there and cam around and film everything, and I don't have to worry about doing anything else. So for me, it's a pretty good thing. So whenever you need a victim, just call me. I'll be glad to play a victim for you. But
Okay, will do.
so back again, again we thank Kissy and the Firecat Systems for their sponsorship of Fly for Life. And I just want to ask, have any of you ever had any involvement prior to this with Relay for Life? Have you done anything, been a part of any other group, or is this your first involvement doing anything kind of major with Relay for Life?
Yeah, this is our first Relay for Life event.
Okay.
When we started, we had, you probably have seen it yourself, the pink fire trucks.
Yes.
Out, we always had one at Station at Snow. That was for breast cancer awareness.
Uh-huh.
That was important, but that was the only thing we always did.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And I talked with the season leads there, Jim and Celine, yesterday. We did a video, and they were talking about how it's good, that we've involved other groups, because there's what they say, there's 170 some relay teams this year, which is quite a few. But what we have here is we have 8 different teams. We had 7 aerobatic teams, and then your team, that you all are used to working together as a team to do a job, to put out fires. And the aerobatic teams are the same way. They work together to do aerobatic shows. And so now we've all come together to work and help raise fund, bring awareness about Relay for Life and about cancer. And that's pretty cool, really. And what I've noticed is everybody's kind of pitched in. I called you, and a day later you had a big display set up, and it's pretty good. You're really good at, of course, promoting and everything. And I've just really been pleased with what's happened here, and I hope you all have enjoyed being involved with this. And we're really just getting started, so the fun's going to start here.
I'm very happy. We all are very happy that you asked us to do the emergency service here. We've already having a great time here. Having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've already been asked. Some people don't want me to do away. They want to keep the Sims here and everything, which I probably really can't afford to. But we'll probably, if everything works out all right, this will probably become a yearly event. So, as long as you all want to stay involved, we're gonna keep doing this. So, yeah, and because like you said, your group's been going for 6 years, and you're still going strong. So, I'm happy for that. So, any other last words here?
How about come join us?
Yeah. Everybody that they're open, and again, this is a fun group, and if you if they don't worry about if you screw up or whatever, you're just here to learn and have fun. So
everyone is allowed to make some screw ups.
Oh yeah, and you got to in Second Life, because sometimes Second Life screws you up. And
sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes I can blame Second Life for something I did too. So
I blame Second Life all the time.
yeah, it was a lag. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, my truck went into the wall. The lag did it.
Yep. I got hit a lag spike, and it drove me right into that wall, or I missed the runway, or I made a bad landing. So, okay, Legion, if you're watching the video, come on over here and hang out with Legion. I know they're in and out, been in and out over the week, and I think they'll probably be here more this weekend, and they'll be here a lot on Sunday. And again, providing support for us during the air show. And like I said, I'm glad they're here, but I hope we don't need them. But
let's hope that we can enjoy the show too and don't have to show ourselves.
Okay. Well, I do thank you all, and I will have this video posted up probably later this evening, so I'll send you the link and you can check that out. And I do thank you again for an awesome interview, and I wish you all the best here. Yes.
Okay, you too.
Okay.
Too much on the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going on now. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. The night is young, we're out and free. If you can, try to catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. They'll never see us 'cause we're moving the night. We're always ready if they put up a fight. Outrun, outclimb, we'll outshine. You were wrong to think it's worth it to try. So listen up, I'm calling your bluff, calling your bluff. Yeah, give it up, I think you've had enough. We're renegades. Yeah, we're renegades. Too much on the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, let's keep going all night. So listen up, I'm calling your bluff, calling your bluff. Yeah, give it up, think you've had enough. We're renegades.